This video production is brought to you by Pack and Away Mobile Storage. We bring the storage unit to your door, pack it at your place, and store it at ours. Pack and Away Storage is a division of Highway No. 1 Self-Storage. We are proud supporters of the No. 2 NLSA Sprint Car and No. 20X Modified.
Outside of Paul Edgington, the number 88, this is Paul Veert in the Veert Landscaping number 88. That's a Fagers chassis. Inside row 4, it's a Pro-powered MB Custom, is the 12S, sponsored by S&S Transport, RDO Truck Center, and S&S Warehousing. To his outside, 30-time champion in his 30th year of racing. That's a Victory Circle with Miller Power on board, sponsored by North Star and Silmac Trucking and Associated Auto Auction. That is Mike Balkin. Inside row number 4 in the Hooters Restaurants number 7, it's a rookie in the late model division, Rick Lowy. To his outside in another MB Custom, the Winnipeg Dodge number 9, it's Walt Morris. Inside row number 6, it's Tyson Hebert driving a Masters built. Outside of Tyson, it's Cord Allard in an ex-Ricky Weiss Victory Circle, the number 92. And on the back, it's Rick Fawcett in the Curtis Carpets Fawcett Auto Body Superior Truss, number 71. That is your late model main event lineup with the race action. Here's Darren.
Thanks very much, Pat Mooney. Getting ready to go with our premier class here at Red River Co-op Speedway. This is going to be a good one. The fastest full-bodied stock cars on dirt, 1 to green. Here we go. Bill Mooney, your early leader in the free hearingtest.ca rocket. Brad Sang a little sideways. Paul Veert gets around, collects Edgington. Well, Edgington comes out unscathed. A nice piece of driving by Shane Edgington as Veert goes around in 3 and 4. Edgington had nowhere to go, clipped him lightly, but doesn't look like much damage, if any, to the 5E of Shane Edgington. So good work by Edgington in turn 4. Paul Veert now in the Case, Kissel and Associates Rental Experts 88 rolling down the front chute. 20 laps on the Pepsi board for this late model feature. Well, on the first start there, of course, the free hearingtest.ca McPhillips Toyota Lucas Oil Rocket of Bill Mooney took off in a big way. We'll now have a complete restart. He's alongside the 8D of Dwayne Rector. Well, as we were talking about Shane Edgington clipping the 88 after he went around, so Shane just doing a routine stop on the front straightaway to make sure everything looks okay. Shane Edgington in the Avonlea Eyewitness Red River Messenger Courier, First Canadian Fuels 5E. That car has a Miller Racing engine on board, built in Winkler. Well, very few MB custom chassis in the area, and 2 of them are out there right now. The 12S of Brad Sang out of Grand Forks and the 9 of Walt Morris, and they are alongside each other in row number 4. Collaboration of Jimmy Mars and Brian Burkhofer. What they call a boutique chassis company. Very expensive race cars and very good on this type of surface. Green flag is out. Once again, Bill Mooney to the point position in the McPhillips Toyota Rocket chassis. Yellow flag is out again. The 71 and the 7W around in turn number 3. Rick Fawcett, a former super stock driver. Rick Lowy in the 7, a former street stock, modified, and super truck driver. His super truck right now is actually for sale turnkey. 10 $8,500 gets you a ride in a super truck. Hooters number 19, you'll recall the bright orange 19 that Rick Lowy raced is for sale. More information is up at the announcer's tower if you're interested in going super truck racing. Rick Lowy now aboard the Hooters 7, also sponsored by Avonlea and Best Western. All right, we'll get them lined up once again and try to go green to checkered. All right, side by side we go once again. Dwayne Rector will get his position back on the pole. Snare and Troy Schill, a couple of American drivers in row 2. Canadians in row 3, Edgington and Mike Balkin. 2 MB Customs in row 4. And we are 1 to green here in the late model division. Don't forget, we're back here on Monday for our Montana's Monday Night Race program. 4-cylinder stocks, pure stocks. We'll have Midwest Modifieds and, of course, the Northern Lightning Sprints. That is Monday, and then we're back here next Thursday for the Amsoil Race of Champions. The Dabs Repair 8 will start on the pole alongside the freehearingtest.ca Lucas Oil 2M. 20 on the board, getting set to go. Green flag is out.
Green flag.
This time, Dwayne Rector gets a better start. But look at Mooney sweeping around the outside. Snare on the inside. Snare out of Hallock, Minnesota. Slides into second. Troy Schill into third. Here comes Balkin now, challenging the 8D of Dwayne Rector for fourth. It's a freight train. Mike Balkin makes that victory circle stick to the bottom, and he goes into third spot. Mike Balkin in the 10 car looking good out of Winnipeg. 30 years in the business, he knows how to get it done. Bill Mooney so far looking silky smooth in the freehearingtest.ca McPhillips Toyota 2M. Balkin into second now. Passing the 71 of Snare. Keep your eyes on Mike Balkin. He is flying. He started 8th. That is a remarkable feat in this class. Balkin started 8th and in 3 laps is challenging for the lead. A Rocket chassis leads, Victory Circle chassis second. Look at Balkin stick to the racetrack. Wow. Mike Balkin, your new leader. Mooney continues to run in the second spot. Shane Edgington looking great in the third spot. The Mobile One Racing, Miller Racing Engines 5 car is third. Snare fourth. Brad Seng in the 12 is fifth. Troy Schill in the 11 car, having trouble with forward bite, is dropping in the pack. And now pulls off the outside of the racetrack. Troy Schill in the Forks Finest Auto Body Italian Moon 11 car out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, is stopping at the top of turn 3 and 4. So that will tighten up the field, but the story so far here tonight, how about it? Mike Balkin started 8th and is now first in the first 25% of the race. Balkin driving the Associated Auto Auction, Silmac, Emery Demolition, North Star 10 car out of Winnipeg. Driving race cars for 30 years, has well over 30 championships. Troy Schill in the same chassis as Mike Balkin. Troy Schill driving a Victory Circle chassis built in California will head off into the infield area of the racetrack. Tough break for the Forks Finest Auto Body and Car Wash 11. All right, tomorrow night we were telling you about the big World of Outlaws Sprint Car Show in Grand Forks, North Dakota at River City Speedway. Time trials are at 7, racing at 7:30. Now, their program tomorrow night, what do you get? World of Outlaws Sprint Cars, And the guys you're watching now, the Northern Late Model Racing Association, 2 classes, 2 premier classes, in fact, and that's going to be a great night out at River City Speedway in Grand Forks tomorrow. Time trials at 7. World of Outlaws sprint cars at 7:30. All right, so Mike Balkin will lead on the restart. Second spot will be the free hearing test.ca, Lucas Oil 2M of Bill Mooney. Shane Edgington will be knocked to the inside of row 2. Of course, your second place car is the 2M of Bill Mooney. He will elect to go to the outside, moving Shane Edgington in the 5E to the inside. Edgington in the Avonlea Eyewitness Miller Racing Engines 5E. The next row, of course, Stefan Snare out of Hallock. In the Sportsman's Lodge, Todd's Electric 71. He is alongside the Nestle SNS Transport 12S of Brad Singh out of Grand Forks. 15 on the board. We're 25% through it. 75% to go. We are green. Keep your eyes on the 12S of Brad Singh. He appears to be getting faster with each and every lap. Rick Lowy moving nicely now in the 7. Mike Balkin so far, however, looking to be the class of the field from 8th to 1st. Shane Edgington now inching up on Bill Mooney in the 2 car. Edgington sneaking underneath, but Mooney powering off the turn number 2 bank. That's a great race for 2nd and 3rd, and Singh is making it even more interesting. Here comes Brad Singh in the Bergstrom Electric Nestle. Number 12S out of Grand Forks. The top 4 cars well on their way. The rest of the pack, also a good race, but ways back. Look at this, Brad Singh on the inside of Edgington. What a great battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Wow. Brad Singh in the SNS Transport Bergstrom Electric 12S into 2nd. Balkin with about a straightaway lead. Then it's Brad Singh in 2nd, 3rd and 4th battling side by side. Looks like Mooney with the advantage right now for 3rd, but Edgington inching up on the 2M each and every lap. It appears Mooney might be getting looser as the race goes on, coming off the turn. As we have a yellow flag to tighten things up, the 71 of Rick Fawcett. That is a Masterbuilt chassis, sponsored by Curtis Carpets and Fawcett Auto Body. Draws the yellow flag here. All right, we're going to take a moment to get things sorted out. We will go back to the last completed lap of racing. Now, the interesting thing is here, ladies and gentlemen, the guys on the racetrack that are 1st and 2nd started right beside each other at the start of this race. Brad Singh inside the 4th row in the 7th starting position. Mike Balkin outside of row 4 in the 8th starting position. These 2 drivers have worked their way from row number 4 all the way to the front of the pack. Balkin has looked dominant, but Singh, well, it was a case of Balkin getting away from Singh from the longest time. Now with this yellow flag, we are going to tighten things up. And Brad Singh will likely get his best opportunity to pass Mike Balkin now on this restart. Balkin has looked absolutely fantastic out there in the Emery Demolition Silmac 10, but Brad Sang similarly fast in that MB Custom chassis. He's a former national Wazota Superstock points champion out of Grand Forks, North Dakota, so he has traveled a lot, raced a lot, and Brad Sang knows how to get the job done on the racetrack. There's no question about that. So it'll be Balkin on the point out of Winnipeg. And then the SNS Transport, Bergstrom Electric 12S in second. He will have lane choice. Shane Edgington in the Avonlea Red River Messenger Courier Miller Racing Engines 5E is third. He's having a good run, but he will not get the lane choice in row number 2. Bill Mooney into the third row with Walt Morris in that MB Custom chassis. 2M had a great start to this race and appears to be getting a little loose coming off of the corners. See if he can rectify that as we get ready to go late model racing once again. Green flag is out in the Delaware restart. Here we go. Brad Sang right to the bottom of the racetrack, and that car is sticking. Look at Brad Sang go. Edgington took the long way around the racetrack, hoping to sweep around Sang, and Sang got a great drive off the bottom of turn 2. Well, Mike Balkin showing everyone here that he could be the toughest guy out here tonight as he is pulling away from Brad Sang. Six to go for Balkin. About a quarter of a straightaway lead on his next competitor, the 12S of Brad Sang. Shane Edgington, about a quarter straightaway back from the 12S. Top 4 cars, actually the top 5 cars, about the same distance apart. Likely about a quarter straightaway. Walt Morris now in the MB Custom, sponsored by Winnipeg Dodge and Winnipeg Collision, is 5th. Three to go for Balkin. Your Krevco late models on the racetrack. And barring a major mistake, with 2 laps remaining, Mike Balkin looks in great position to take the feature tonight. White flag being displayed. Heads up, we got a car in the wall. Walt Morris takes his MB Custom in the wall. Here comes Mike Balkin, your leader. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Mike Balkin.
Oh, checkered and the yellow together.
Well, what a job by Mike Balkin in the 10 car. Certainly the class of the field. Second spot unofficially, Brad Sang in the SNS Transport 12S. Pat Mooney, no doubt about it. Those 2 guys in row number 4 coming to the front. And while I thought Brad Sang was going to be awful tough, he certainly was. But Balkin just seemed absolutely smooth, and that Victory Circle chassis worked real well on the dry here tonight.
Mike's been away for a few days racing on tracks just like this, and boy, he loves it. And he was not going to be denied tonight. He was the class of the field by a mile. Had everybody covered without a doubt. Well, you're welcome to visit the pit area and meet and greet the drivers after the race. We invite you to stick around, meet and greet the drivers. If you're heading out, please do drive carefully. That's a busy highway you're crossing there, so do take your time. We'd like to thank you for coming out and spending your evening with us. We look forward to seeing you Monday night when the Pure Stock Series takes over the Speedway. We'd like to say thank you to Battlefield Equipment Rentals for their participation tonight, the firefighters and the Burn Fund, and of course the Arm Wrestling Association for being out here on hand. And Mike Balkin with a couple of top 10 finishes on the Wazota Challenge Series circuit over the last couple of days. And come home to grab, might be his first win this year here, could be his second, but Mike did a great job tonight and without a doubt had the field covered. The Silmac Trucking, Emery Demolition, North Star, Associated Auto Auction, Snap-on Tools, Miller Race Engines number 10. And Darren, we're going to turn things over to you right now.
Well, Mike Balkin, your winner in the 10 car. Sponsored by Silmac Trucking, Emery Demolition, Shamrock Surfaces, Snap-on, and NorthstarCanada.com. A great run. Brad Sang looking awful strong as well, but Balkin pulled away in the closing laps. And what a run. Mike, we know you've been out racing for about 10 days or so, and racetrack's very similar. How was this one tonight?
Oh, real good, actually. It probably the best it's been all year. Slowed down a little bit. It was a real tricky racetrack. It was easy on stuff, and not too many wrecks tonight. And I got to thank my sponsors. We got a good bunch of people here. Silmac, Emery Demolition, Miller Racing Engines, North Star Canada, Snap-on, Shamrock Surfaces, Associated Auto Auction. I got a great crew.
No doubt about it. Now, we know Amber Balkin, your daughter, in the Lightning Sprints took a nasty crash here on Monday, but we understand the word is she's okay and doing fine.
Yeah, she looks great, and she's doing fine. She's taking the licks of racing. Unfortunately, it's part of it, and she's excited to get back behind the wheel again and keep going, and it's good for the Balkin family. And just thank the crowd for coming out, and hope you enjoyed the races tonight.
Let's talk about tomorrow night, River City Speedway, Grand Forks. You're going to be there. What's the rest of the schedule going on?
Well, we're almost done this deal. We got tomorrow Grand Forks, Saturday at Devil's Lake, and then we're off for a little while, which is kind of good. We've been kind of going at it, but I got to thank Lance Burton and Steve Belanger and Tommy Howards and Brian Howard. We got a good crew. My wife, my daughter. We got a lot of people to back up this 10 car, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Congratulations, Mike Balkin, your winner in the late model division for Crevco. Back up to you, Pat Moody.
Thank you, Darren, and congratulations to Mike Balkin and his hard-working crew. Remember, everybody, you're welcome to visit the pit area and meet and greet the drivers. We thank you for spending your evening with us here at Red River Co-op Speedway. We invite you to get involved in our online contests at redrivercoopspeedway.ca or our Facebook page. Do take part in all that. Thank you again for coming out, everybody. Thank you to Battlefield Rentals. We look forward to seeing you here Monday night.